All right, we're joined now by Dr. Paul Fadale from University Orthopedics. We want to update everyone on the severity of Tiger Woods' injuries, and we preface this conversation with saying we're just glad that he's alive, doctor, and survived this crash. And we want to speak to his injuries because we know it's pretty bad in his legs and his ankle. We're talking about rods and ankles and screws and things you deal with in your profession. But from what you've read and what you understand, what kind of surgery did Tiger have, and what is he in for here in the next couple weeks and months ahead?
First of all, we all saw the car. It's amazing what, if you wear a seatbelt and the airbags go, it saves lives. Yet people still don't. He did, so he's alive. The other thing, just quickly, is he just came back from spine surgery. And obviously, no one knows when you flip a car like that what the long-term implications of his spine surgery is. But tonight, we're going to talk about tibia and fibula, the major bones in the leg. And then below that is the foot and ankle. So in order to hold your leg together, we literally put a rod right down the middle of the bone, and it holds all those fractures lined up beautifully. But we can't do that in the foot and ankle. So that's where we have to literally put all those pieces back together with pins and screws. And unfortunately, probably it's into the joint itself, and that's not a good injury to have. So you can shish kebab the tibia, it should heal. Once fractures get into joints where there's motion between the bones, that's a bad injury.
And we're talking about trauma muscle, soft tissues. So you were saying it, they were actually exposed. So what can you say about that situation?
Right. What we were told is that it was an open fracture. What that means is literally the bone goes through the skin and now has been touched by whatever in that car. And all the bacteria that are in the car now are on the ends of those broken bones. So they have to open up all those skin areas where there was an injury, wash it all out, put them on antibiotics. And depending on how bad that injury is, they may have to open up literally his leg compartments to let those muscles swell for a while before they come back. So we don't know, but there's a chance he's going to need more surgeries before this is over.
Now, it's tough to compare injuries, but you mentioned prior to this, Alex Smith, the Washington football team quarterback who had a gruesome leg injury, had infections, almost lost his leg, ended up playing football again. Are these similar in any respect?
So the tib fib part is, so that's the actual leg, the lower leg broken half. What sounds a little different is Tiger's fracture went all the way down into the ankle and all the way down into the foot. And we can't compare the x-rays, but it sounds like Tiger's injury is a little worse. With a blessing, if he does not get an infection, however, he may be in a better position than Alex Smith was. We worry about these infections.
All right, so assuming his surgeries go well, you're his doctor. He's saying, A, when can I walk again? B, can I ever swing a golf club competitively again? What do you say?
So we got to get the fractures healed, and it depends how many fractures and how many screws and plates and rods, et cetera. So it's really a chess game to get everything to heal. But he will start walking again, and then the gruesome months, years of recovery to retrain all those muscles to get him strong again. It's going to be a very long recovery. Alex Smith was a couple of years. Tiger Woods could be a couple of years. And you never want to bet against these athletes because we always lose money when we do. But this is a pretty serious injury for Tiger. And again, back to the back that we don't even want to talk about. Who knows how badly that was injured?
He's had several surgeries. He's had knee surgeries. He's pretty banged up for a guy that puts that much strain on his body for the thousands of golf swings he's had since he was a young kid, maybe even millions. So he's had a lot of wear and tear on that body. You have to wonder, he said he just wants to live a normal life with his kids. He sort of seems at peace with where he is at this point in his career, on the heels of that incredible 2019 Masters. So without knowing him personally, do you think he'll be able to live a normal life as a dad and say, all right, maybe I'm done with golf? Do you think that's pretty realistic at this point?
Oh, the fire burns hot in these athletes. It burns. We don't even understand how hot the fire burns. But I think if you had this many injuries, this many calamities in your life, this many, like you said, 5 back surgeries, 4 knee surgeries, multiple other surgeries. He's in his 40s. At some point, you have to say, maybe I'll play exhibitions. I will certainly go out and play. People will play with him. He can play golf, and with one leg, he could beat all of us. But I don't know if he will be competing for another Masters.
Yeah.
I wouldn't count him out, but I don't think that'll be happening soon.
And we'll see. He's a notoriously private individual, so we don't know how many updates, if any, we'll be getting in the weeks and months and maybe years ahead, but we're just glad that Tiger Woods survived that crash. Dr. Paul Fadale, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate your time as always.
Thanks, you, Yianni.